So in 2020, for the first time, we'll actually be able to do it online. It'll be the first fully 21st century census. And beginning in March, folks will start getting postcards in the mail, letting them know how they can go to the census website and fill out the census form and be counted there. And if you don't do the online form, you can also call the Census Bureau and be counted that way. The Social Security number is not something that's asked on the census, and that's because we want to make sure that everybody is counted, whether you have a Social Security number or not. And it's really important that communities, especially communities of color, know that, because we know that there is an effort to suppress the count in our communities, and that's going to include a lot of dangerous scams and copies of fake census forms. So if you get a census form, just make sure that it doesn't ask you for your Social Security number, because that isn't part of the census. The census does not ask about immigration status. As someone who is undocumented, it's especially important that undocumented people are counted, because we contribute to the life of this country as much as anyone else. And the purpose of the census is not to only count citizens or voters, it's to count everyone who will be using the roads, the bridges, the schools, the libraries in our country, and the people who contribute to those federal public goods being funded as well. Every time someone who's undocumented is putting gas in their car, they're paying gas tax for the roads that everybody uses. And every time that they're paying rent or mortgage, they're paying property taxes for the schools that all of our children use. And so it's critically important that everyone is counted, including undocumented people. And especially right now in a climate where people who are undocumented do feel somewhat distressful about the federal government, what their intentions are, it's really important that they know that the census is safe, that information isn't shared with any law enforcement agencies. Everyone counts in the census. Children and adults, citizens and non-citizens, everyone who is living in the United States on Census Day, April 1st, 2020, is counted to make sure that for the next 10 years of our country, their needs, both economically and politically, are taken into account.
In 2020, demand to be counted.
In 2020, demand.
Demanda.
Demand.
Demand to be counted.
En el 2020, demande ser contado.